video, I'm going to be comparing these two controllers. So these two controllers are meant for two different devices. This is meant for the Nintendo Switch. This is the PowerA Wireless Pro Controller, and this is the Xbox controller. And we're going to be comparing which is better feel, better textures, better whatever, better colors, better look, better feel, better textures, better buttons, better weight, better everything. And then we're going to do a challenge on which we think is better, and we're going to travel through the buttons and everything, and we're going to decide which is better. So this will determine, like, if you want to know if you should buy an Xbox or if you want to buy a Switch. Now let's get on with this. We're going to be talking about the button feels and the controls feels and everything. So let's feel this one first. So this one, you can hear it pretty well. It kind of has a satisfying touch, but I'm going to add to this one, and I'm going to feel them kind of at the same time, guys. Honestly, guys, this one, the clearness, it's smoother, but this one feels better. This is definitely smoother, but this one feels better. Now, let's talk about the difference. We're going to feel this, and we're going to feel this. They honestly feel quite the same. Now, let's dive into it a little. This is really tough, but I'm going to have to say the only difference is that this top is a bit smoother. That's the only difference I could actually find. So I'll say for these controlling, like, moving things, this doesn't count as any points for them since they are really similar. Now, these buttons, I'd say the Pro Controller Wireless, PowerA Pro Controller Wireless is better for the X, A, Y, and B's. But this one, I mean, I kind of like the feel of this one a bit better. I think it feels much better. But guys, this is completely up to you. You know, guys, I think I'm going to change my mind. These buttons, they kind of feel way better. Not way better, but like, actually, I'm going to have to give this one a tie. Like, the buttons, they feel different, but I think this one's better. Or, I think they're the same, because I really can't find anything bad about either one. They're both pretty good. Now, for the top buttons over here, this has a louder sound, which I like, so that you kind of tell, like, what button you're pressing. It's kind of weird. Now let's try these ones. Ooh, that's kind of weird. This one is also louder. So I like how these buttons are louder, and that's pretty good. But guys, now let's get on with our differences. Or wait, first, actually, guys, we have these kind of buttons. I don't see why not. Like, we can easily just do those. This doesn't have the Xbox button because obviously it's not an Xbox brand. So, I'm going to have to go with, this is smoother once again, but this one, I think it feels better. So, I'm going to have to do a tie for this. So, everything for the buttons are tied. Let's see these ones. This one has a louder sound, so I like it. So, everything of these are tied besides that this is louder and this one's better. So, I'm going to have to give this round a tie because they're both pretty great. Now let's get on to the color. Xbox color. This actually does not really have a color. There's just like a sponge case on it, if you didn't know. And the real color, it's just plain white. But you can get many different colors with Xbox, but they're mostly just plain, no designs. So I think that's a real bust, and I don't like that about this. I think they should be a little bit more exotic, like this one, for example. These colors, they're printed on, no case, nothing. Printed on, and so I have to give the coloring point to this one. So the first round was a tie, but the second round, this one wins. So for the color. So now let's get on with our next debate. Thing is going to be the weight of this, and to see which one is like cheaper, feels cheaper or not. So this is definitely heavier than this one. I could really feel the difference, the weight difference in these two controllers. It's really obvious if you like feel them yourself, but this is definitely heavier than this. So this one feels cheaper, but the controls, it doesn't really make any difference for that. So I'm gonna give the weight, like more weight. I think lighter weight is better, but this is just your opinion because you don't have to carry as much weight, so you could like have more energy to move your fingers around. Not that you need much, but so I'm gonna give the point to this one. So this is 2 against none. So far, this controller is winning the debate. Okay, now let's talk about the difference. Off the bat, I know this one is heavier. That's the difference. We already covered that difference. And the buttons feel different. We already covered that as well. But what we need to also have a difference with is this. This is a huge difference, guys. This definitely matters. I just want you to take a nice look at the X, A, Y, and B. This one is like in a different order. So for this one, it goes Y, X, A, B. This one goes X, Y, B, A. So it's actually a significant difference. And you just, if you're used to this controller, you're going to have to get used to this one. If you're used to this one, you're going to have to get used to this one. In my opinion, if I were making these and they were the same brand, which they're obviously not, then I think it would be more convenient to have the buttons the absolute same. But I'm not sure. That's a weird difference. But that isn't like this one's better because of that difference. This one's better because of that difference. Because there's nothing actually better with those differences. So now let's get on to the big difference that we've been all waiting for that makes the winner of this challenge. Right off the bat, I already know this is the winner for this challenge. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I'm going to turn my controllers around. And I'm kind of going to show you something really weird. You might not get it. Pause it to look at it. And pause it, and then now you can unpause it. Look, these have back buttons, so you don't have to reach your finger to this. You could just keep playing. Like, for example, look, guys. You can just keep playing, and then you don't have to stop using you don't have to take one hand off of this to reach. You don't have to take one finger off of this to reach over to here. You just keep doing whatever you want, and then hit the back button with your middle finger or whichever finger. You set them to whatever mode you want. Like I put this to jump, I put this to crouch, which is actually pretty neat that you could choose. It doesn't just come with it. And yeah, but let's cover the last difference. This is wired, so you have to charge it. Wait, no guys. You could actually do either one, which is pretty neat. Like it can be batteryized or whatever. I don't think that's a word. Or charged. So that's big good. But this one, as for this one, you just have to pop this open and have the batteries. Now let's compare the batteries. AA batteries, just different brands of them. It's both AA, so that doesn't really make any difference. But guys, I'm going to say this controller is the winner mainly because of the back buttons. I think that's a huge advantage for that. And I mean the weight, guys, it's obviously your choice for the weight, but I think the lighter one would be better. I mean, it feels cheaper, but I just think it's much better in my opinion. But guys, let's get on with our next debate thing. Basically, guys, here's an extra little bonus that I needed to show you guys. I really need to show you this. So this, while I was putting the backs back onto my controllers, I kind of realized that this is much harder to take off the battery piece and to put it back on. Like it's so hard. Like it's really time consuming to take this off. To put it back on, I mean. But this one, as for this one, you just need to press this and then it just goes out. So that's definitely good for this. So the difference is this one is definitely better in my opinion. That means that this controller has 3 points and this controller has 0. So the obvious winner is the Nintendo versus the Xbox controllers. So I also wanted to point out that this grip is sold, this rubber thing, it's definitely, it's sold separately. And the grip, I like on it. I don't think, wait, let me, guys, let me check. No. This grip is not made for the controller. So this controller does not have a grip. Well, neither does this one. They both don't have a grip. But if you get this rubber case sold separately, it does have a grip, which is a really good win to grip your arm, grip your fingers on, to make it like a bit like more comfortable. So if you have an Xbox One, I recommend these rubber things. But guys, overall, from these two controllers, I recommend the Nintendo controller over this Xbox controller. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to Helena Gaming and make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.